Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing. That's May the 26th, Memorial Day, holiday Monday, 2025, on a gorgeous, late spring, beautiful, glowing day, with a current temperature of 71 degrees. Actually, that's the current unofficial temperature. The current official temperature is 63 degrees, Jay, from just north of downtown Detroit, inside the mobile compound in the great state of Michigan, right? Bell notification, comment down below, like the channel, and share. To get the only YouTube and cryptocurrency insider and influencer there and based and for the retail trader and investor, built on truth, trust, education, and information. And you can see we've been in this rising channel on the Bitcoin price for several weeks now, ever since that double bottom low. And we thought there would be a nice rally, but the rally continued past 90,000 all the way to a new 111,900 and change all-time high. Now we're trading near the lower support on this rising channel, and you can see it did bounce off like you would think it would, like we were talking about, like it's been 3 or 4 other times in this current uptrend. Got on the 50-day moving average in the 4-hour time frame, but got on that uptrend, held it, bounced up yesterday and overnight, and now we're trying to decide, and I think there's going to be a big move, a big breakout in all of these coins, and either Bitcoin's going to 120,000 this week, in the next 2 weeks, and the altcoins are going to their Donald Trump-induced highs, or there's going to be a big correction to the downside and big retest and the biggest correction in Bitcoin, as it's been the biggest mover over the last 3.5 to 4 week ferocious turnaround in the cryptocurrency market. So this uptrend is what we're watching. If it continues to hold this uptrend, you can trade back up this week to 117,000 and change is where your major upper resistance is. Your first major support level is down here at the 97,000 and change, and that's what we're going to be paying attention to this week, and especially as the market opens after this long holiday weekend this evening, 7 o'clock Eastern, I believe, 6 o'clock, commodities start to open, and I think it's going to be a very, very exciting and a very, very high-paced week. If you look at the Ethereum price, you can see it's still trading sideways. And as we know, the Ethereum price is still sitting exactly on the 200-day moving average at about $2,437 and change. Just missed that dead raccoon, but thankfully. On a pump to the upside, we have $30,050 as your major upper resistance. On a breakdown to the downside, the 200-day is your major short-term bullish support, where if you broke that 200-day moving average, that's sitting, or the 50-day moving average, my bad, in red there, you would come straight down to the 1805 major critical support level that really enticed and induced and was the predecessor to this current bounce that we're in after the major hold on that 1805. And the Ethereum price, the XLM price continues to trade down. The moving averages in the daily time frame are threatening to start to move down, as they are in the 4-hour time frame and the shorter time frame. You can see the price did bounce from below the 200-day moving average at the start of the holiday weekend to just above the 50-day, and actually sitting almost exactly on the 50-day moving average right now. It got rejected yesterday. If we zoom in a little bit closer to see that, it got rejected yesterday by the 100-day moving average in the daily time frame, sitting up there at 28.5 cents. Holy shit. Motherfucker, get in there. Go! Sitting there. What are you doing? Oh my God, this guy's retarded. Sitting there just below the 100-day moving average. And come on, get the fuck out of there. Sitting there at the 100-day moving average. And if the price, does this lady not want to leave? Apparently not. sitting just below the 100-day moving average. And if the price can hold the 200-day moving average, you can continue this short-term bullish action that's going on here, right? But if you fail to hold that 200-day moving average, you're going to trade all the way down to the 25 cents as the critical lower support that we're watching out for right now. Critical lower support on any kind of retracement. What is this fucking person doing? Critical lower support below the price. And if you can get some kind of pump to the upside, and you can continue to hold this as major support, you'll pump all the way up, potentially as high in the next leg, up to about that 37, 38 cents that we've been talking about and been paying attention to, that we've been watching out for over the last several days and a week or so since this bullish action has started. Since the bullish action has started, and we've been holding that critical support for quite some time. And that's what we're going to continue to look to try to hold this weekend. Oh, because she didn't want to leave. Hold on, excuse me. A major traffic jam has developed where I'm at right now. And all because that person refused to leave until I needed to move. That this is taking longer than it should, but hold on, bear with me just 1 second. So we're trying to hold that critical support level right there. We have the 43 cents as your major upper resistance. If this breaks bullish, your next move to the upside in this current pattern that year would bring you up to about the 37 cents. Your major underneath support is at 35 cents. The same thing for the XRP price. We got rejected by that 255. We're below barely below the 50-day moving average, or just on it on the wick that we're currently on right now, as apparently the price is currently falling and live, because this is live or recorded, but it's recorded live, just above the 100-day moving average at 226. We've been talking about this holiday weekend. If you could hold this weekend, you could try to pump all the way up here to the 255. But if you couldn't hold the moving averages, you would trade very quickly down to the neckline that's down here, right, which is a critical major bull trend upper support, or lower support, but bull trend support to keep the bullish momentum. But if you confirm below that, which you've been fighting the last 3 weeks after you wicked downwards, remember old Vincenzo, when it was at 330 and change, told you we were going to $1.29, and we got to $1.62. At the very least, if we don't come back down there, you didn't FOMO in at 340, and you could have rebought in at $1.62. The same thing with the XLM. If you listen to old Vincenzo and you weren't buying before the pump in the 2-year bear market, that old Vincenzo was the only one at the time, before it became apparent back in early 2021 that we were going into that, and you didn't accumulate during that, and you were trying to buy here. We told you no. I thought we would get to 14 cents, but at the very least, you had time to buy at 19 cents all the way to 28, 29 cents for a month or two. And if we don't go lower, which I still believe we might, and we should, and I think we are, but at the very least, you didn't buy up there at 63 cents. The same thing with the Bitcoin price. We told you we were going to go lower. When we were up here at this mountain double top. I thought we would hit $58,000 this year, but up here at 106,000, we said we were going to 58. We got as low as 74, a 30% better buying opportunity. Nobody else in the sphere seen that. Like the channel, support the station. Peace and love. Direct Eyebrow, Jade.